Hi, I go by the pen name Silent Sword, and this is about how the gym and world building saved my life. You'll have to bear with me. I'm on my way to the gym at the moment, so I'm just going to be making a protein shake while I talk to you. Um, so for the longest time, I've been writing a book over 10 years now, and when way before I started writing and I had these ideas sort of floating around my head. I was like 16, 17, and I was kicked out of my mum's house at around 17. And if I'm honest, it was the best decision she ever made for me. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I was getting in trouble with the police and getting in with the wrong crowd and that sort of thing. So it was not good. If I'm being completely honest. Um, so I had a lot of time to think. I was homeless for a little while, and then I went into a hostel, and I just kept my head down at that point. And these ideas were sort of floating around my head, and I just started to get these ideas down on paper, and it just sort of snowballed from there. And then 10 years later, of being in the gym and focusing on world building, I've got to a point where I have a nearly finished product. I'm in the editing phase at the moment, so I have a full fucking draft. Yes, let's go. So I do have a full draft, which is brilliant. Um, and I'm going to answer some questions really about the story, characters, that sort of thing in the moment. So I hope you like it. Main character of Secrets of Silver Clouds. We've got a shy Bennett. She is a super interesting character. She's feminine, but she's not, damsel in distress by any means. This girl has saved the other main character a few times. She's very down to earth, caring. She tends to use the pronoun we more than I, just because she thinks and feels about other people around her. So she's a very loving, caring character, sometimes to her own detriment. Super powerful, and when it comes to people who she cares for and they're in trouble or at risk, she can be very, very aggressive. This girl is just changes completely and could be very aggressive towards antagonists and people who put her friends and family at risk, essentially. Golden Reeves, the other main character, he's a slight step down from Ashai in terms of main character. He's pretty much up there. So technically, I kind of have two protagonists. Golden Reeves, he's a cool, calm, and collected character, but is not afraid of violence. Can be super sarcastic, arrogant. He's good looking and charming, so he might be a bit of a heartthrob for the ladies at some stage, but he's kept grounded by his guardian, which is Kai, a tiny dragon that normally sits on his shoulder occasionally or is flying around somewhere.
One of the most interesting locations in the story is the Sanctuary in the Sky. It's a nightclub that floats above London on the foundation of clouds. And this nightclub wasn't always a nightclub. It was built by the church initially as kind of like a holy place. Over time, it became tainted. And now the nightclub itself is separated by many different portals. And each of these portals have a different room with a different ambiance and, different types of music in there. There's lots of different interesting shots and drinks of magical nature. Same thing with different snacks and sweets of a magical nature as well. There's a few scenes in the story with the Sanctuary in the Sky. Of course, in the sequel, we're going to come back to it as well. But yeah, one of the most interesting locations for sure.
Favorite character in The Secrets of Silver Clouds? It's probably between Chill and Truth. Truth has an interesting relationship with Rose. She hasn't said "I love you" back yet, but they both do love each other. So they go through this arc with each other. And Chill is a fairy with an interesting background. Was kicked out of the fairy kingdom. There is some information in my Instagram about his backstory in a little bit more detail. But yeah, interesting character, really bubbly, loves humans, plays pranks on them occasionally. But because he's got this like ice cold aura, he can give like a human hypothermia if he gets too close. So he has this weird dual relationship with humans because on one side he's fascinated by them, and on the other side he can kill them essentially if he gets too close.